So in today's video guys, we're gonna have a look at one of my favorite silhouettes, which is coming from Puma, and this one dropped for the first time back in 1999, where they were combining two silhouettes. One of it was a running shoe and one of it was a surfing shoe, and together they brought this release, which in my opinion was one of the most aggressive looks on the market at that time. Hello guys, and welcome back for a brand new review. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and also giving me a like. It will really help out the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm going to review in the next few days. In today's video guys, we're going to have a look at two pairs of Puma shoes, which just dropped the other week here in the UK. And this one, as I said earlier, was released for the first time back in 1999. So let's go ahead and also take them out of the box guys, which as you can see will come in one of the regular boxes in this matte black colorway, which will have the big form strip in this glossy color here at the bottom, and we're also gonna have this white tag at the top with the Puma logo and also select written on top. So let's go ahead and take the first one out guys. So in today's video guys, we're gonna have a look at this Puma Mostro Perforated in this white and black colorway. So this one just dropped guys for the first time in a long time, at least here in the UK, for the retail price of £135, and this one actually dropped in two colors, so both of them came for the same retail price. And as I said earlier, this one was originally released back in 1999 when Puma decided to fuse together two different sports. One of it was running, which it's quite clear from these spikes which we're gonna have for this midsole, and the second one was from surfing shoes, giving us most of this silhouette for the upper, which in my opinion, at least for that time guys, was a very aggressive look, which was appealing for a lot of people. To be honest, I think I actually had a pair of these Puma Mostro around 10 or 15 years ago, but I just ended up selling them as they were slightly a bit too big for my feet. Nevertheless guys, this one made actually a comeback at the start of the year when we had those very vibrant colorways in that full blue colorway, and we also had a full pink colorway as well. But for the upper we actually had some mesh material. For sure that one was much more breathable than the today's pair, where we're gonna have this synthetic leather for this upper, but at least this one this time will come in this perforated leather. In my opinion, in the 2000s era, this one was actually a success. We had so many drops for this range with different materials and different colorways, but all of a sudden they actually decided to just stop the production for this one. We actually had a new release for the Puma Mostro, which was nowhere close to this very iconic release, and since then the range was actually pulled out of the market, and I think it was mainly because the sales weren't too good. But now in 2024, as I said earlier, this one made a comeback. So let's go ahead and also do a breakdown of this one guys. So as you can see, for this upper, for both of these releases, we're gonna have just one type of material. The base layer will actually be this perforated leather, which will come in either black or white colorway. So on top of this one, we're gonna have just a few other overlays. One of it will be this Puma form strip on the lateral side, which will be made out of this leather material. As in for the actual lacing system, we're gonna have this 3-point system, which will have this velcro here at the top with this elastic band. So for this one, we're also gonna have the same leather material for this tongue, which will have a decent amount of padding underneath. And this one, as you can see towards the top, will have this very nice tag with the Puma lettering and also the logo. So the other material used for this upper, guys, is gonna be here at the back. which is gonna be like a rubberized one in this black color, and this one will have the big Puma logo on top, which will come in this white color. So going now inside of the shoe, guys, for this one we're gonna have this very nice lining, which will come in this black color, and this one underneath will have a decent amount of padding. And also at the bottom we're gonna have a very good foam insole, which actually feels quite squishy underfoot. And this one will have your normal imprints here at the heel section, which will be the Puma lettering alongside the Puma logo as well. So before going to this midsole, guys, you can see that here in the midfoot we're gonna have this plastic TPU materials, which will be both on medial and lateral side. So this one will be there to give a bit of stability, but on the medial side this one will make part of this lacing system. So now we can actually go to this midsole, which to be honest will be a very thin one, and this one will actually be covered by the rubber outsole which comes from underneath, and this one will have this very aggressive design with these spikes, which, as I said earlier, will be inspired from the running shoes. So as you can see here at the front, these spikes will actually cover most of this front part of the toe section and also on the sides, while here at the heel section this one will be a bit less, but we're still gonna have these spikes, which for sure are looking quite nice. So even though here at the front this one looks actually quite wide, I can admit that here at the heel section this one, it feels a bit too narrow. But to be honest, I didn't have any problems with the stability. So now we can actually finish with this rubber outsole, which has a very interesting design. For most of it, as you can see, we're still gonna have these spikes, but here at the front and also at the heel we're gonna have some proper rubber, which actually feels quite good underfoot. So the design for this one, for sure, even though it's like 25 years old, it's still looking quite futuristic. As in for the actual sizing, guys, for me, as I have a skinny fit, for this one I just went with my true to size, and this one fits me just fine, and I would say that it's gonna be roughly the same for people with normal feet. But just in case you have wide feet, guys, most definitely I would suggest you to go with at least a half size up, just to make sure that this one overall is not gonna be too snug for you. So overall, guys, this re-release of this very iconic drop from back in 1999 for this Puma Mostro, in my opinion, it still looks quite nice and very futuristic. And in case you didn't manage to see this one before and now it's gonna be the first time, for sure you will feel that this one looks quite good for a 2024 re-release. Nevertheless, guys, I'm quite glad that they brought this Puma Mostro back to life. As I said earlier, we also had like a summer release with some mesh material for the upper, which for sure is quite breathable. But quite recently we had this double release with this perforated leather, which even though doesn't feel very soft, it's actually quite decent. And I would say that for 135 pounds, this is not a bad drop at all. Of course, as the midsole, it's actually quite thin. You just need to rely on that foam insole inside, which will give most of the comfort for this pair of shoes. But you always have the option to just swap that one for something a bit thicker to just feel better underfoot. But overall, guys, I would say that for a casual pair of sneakers, these two are actually quite interesting, and given that Puma didn't release too many interesting pairs in the last couple of years, I'm actually glad that they just decided to bring these ones back. So yeah, guys, this was my unboxing and reviewing of this very iconic release for this Puma Mostro. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button, maybe also subscribe to the channel. You can also give me a follow on Instagram and TikTok to see exactly what I'm gonna review in the next few days. Of course, if you want to have a look at any of my latest reviews, you can choose from any of the videos which you have now on the screen. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching!